Welcome back, Grassroots Pod. Thank you guys for joining us. Check us out, Grassroots Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button to be notified of all of our latest and greatest episodes. A lot to cover today. I'm one of the hosts, Brandon Killabh Hall.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon.
It's the Big Balbowski. Regular Nas is back.
I'm Wilson.
I like that one.
I didn't like that one. And who's over here?
Yo, if you guys could see Wilson right now, but you can't, this guy.
Bumped in.
He got red on black on red on black. Looking like he's about to do some photo shoot.
I'll tell you why I'm going to bick somebody's ass.
Whoa.
Did you?
Hold
Whoa.
on. Fam.
Whoa.
Hold on, kick starts with a K. Now that's it. I fucked that up. Yeah.
You can't take that back. And guess what's not getting edited?
Yeah, well, let's start over.
It's funny. He like dressed up so smoothly for this podcast, but yet no one's going to be able to see his outfit.
Word.
Well, that's every week, Aaron.
Ain't gonna see it. All right, guys, let's just get right into the topic. Obviously, Jay-Z did a honorary freestyle for Nipsey Hussle.
Gentrify your own hood before these people do it. Claim eminent domain and have your people moving. That's a small glimpse into what Nipsey was doing. For anybody still confused as to what he was doing.
And within the honorary freestyle, he brought up about us as in black people gentrifying our neighborhood. Now, a lot of people had problems with it, right? They were saying, how can you say about gentrifying in terms of populating your area or putting money into your area when Jay put Nets Stadium
In Brooklyn.
Okay. And, quote, gentrified that area in a sense.
He didn't.
Can you get mad at him?
No.
No, I can't. I think people are misconstruing what Hove is saying about gentrification. He's not saying he's for gentrification of what's been happening in urban America. He's saying for black folks, minorities, or small business owners or entrepreneurs to gentrify. He's trying to empower us to take strides in our own communities to build up our own communities where we're coming from. I don't know why people are confusing this thought. At least that's what I'm getting from it. I'm not saying Hove is out here saying, hey, gentrify everything. I don't think that's what he's saying. I think he's just saying we need to do a better job.
I thought he was talking about ownership. Our own ownership, not just entrepreneurs, but just personal.
That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, but as far as him bringing the Nets into Brooklyn, it's called business. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. That's how business works. You have to. Your point of business is to make money.
Yeah.
Is that, again, to go back 2 weeks ago? It's not about your feelings, not about how you feel, and this is about money. The bottom line.
But what about, I guess I can understand that, but then also maybe they're coming from the perspective of business putting the money in the right people's pockets.
Yeah.
I have an idea or a thought sometimes that African Americans we have this problem that we always want somebody to do something for us, a handout. Mm-hmm. No, that's not the way the world works. No other community works like that. Do it yourself. Well, is that so hard?
I mean, other communities do pass stuff down. I have to admit, it does pass it down.
Passing something down is not asking for a handout. All of us working together and for one goal, that's us coming together to work for one goal. You saying, yo, Nas, put me on. Mm-hmm. Or Brandon, or I'll go up to Brandon, yo, Brandon, give me a job.
You just asked me to get your job.
I mean, you kind of did that. Didn't you do that last episode? He did the PSA.
Nas exposed.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a little hypocritical, right?
Yeah. I got him out of here smooth, ladies and gentlemen.
It's all right.
That is what you call a snipe.
Negroes love to complain, but hate to explain, right?
But all jokes aside, I agree with you. I could make a strong argument though that Hove. He didn't start gentrification. I could see how the Barclays ending up in Brooklyn amplified or made it that possible, ushered it in.
But it wasn't him. He owned 1% or less than 1% of the
I understand that, but Hove is a big brand in himself.
Your face is still going to be the face.
Your face is
That's
the face
like when people were saying like certain celebs were like, they invested into esports. And there was plenty of other people that invested, but because they're the face of it, like Drake, their name's going to be in the forefront no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what. He could have a 2% minority stock in it. It's Hove.
The funny thing
it doesn't matter. And he wears it as a badge of honor. In
he should.
In his music, in just talking in business dealings, doing the one-on-one sit-down interviews that he's done or conducted with just a number of high profile reporters. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not. I think you could hold him to blame if you really wanted to, but I don't know if you would hold him to the flame for a negative connotation. I don't think that makes sense to me. If anything, I think he's given people in urban communities jobs and able to now bring up a community that he grew up in. That's how I see it.
Facts. Probably the biggest stunt of all time for a rapper.
Yeah.
Bring a basketball team to your hometown.
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah. Know what stood out to me in that fucking freestyle?
What?
His line, but I don't want a hoe, I want a wife. Someone I could bounce ideas off at night. Yeah. I can't bounce shit off my hoes, man. I realized that the second that nigga said it, I gotta set my shit up, man.
That hit you hard, huh?
Yeah.
You didn't catch that? That was a good one.
That's why my ideas aren't going as far as they should.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's what it is.
There we go.
So you're investing in the hoes and not in the wife.
Yeah, man.
That's on you. That's not on them.
About to gentrificate my rotation.
your rotation.
Gentrificate your rotation?
It's a word.
Is that
Aaron.
what you just said?
It's a word. Look it up.
Gentrificate?
Gentrificate? I don't know if that's a word.
It's there.
It's there.
Look it up.
I don't know if that's a word, but whatever.
Never playing Scrabble.
Oh
with you.
man.
Yeah, word.
But back to the conversation, right? I think that like one of the things too, like you kind of what you were saying, like we gotta stop complaining about the littlest things. Like, why is it that this is becoming a big issue? The whole he is gentrified in his freestyle. Like we put so much time and effort in things that like really in the larger scale don't matter.
Yeah.
And it's not like he hasn't been giving out tidbits throughout his music on what we should try and do and how we can improve. And I actually do have some stats and information for later on, though.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you can't own property, you guys can actually do crowdfunding for properties.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like real estate crowdfunding that you can actually do.
That's interesting.
So if you actually get a bunch of black people together and they all put money in, you guys can invest in a property.
I don't know if there's a group of people I trust like that.
Well, you're not our friend anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah, I got
us.
Yo, every single nigga I know is trying to get me into real estate, man.
Yeah.
All of them.
It's smart.
So what are you doing?
He got
no job.
Yeah, he's talking to he's investing in the hoes. He just told you what he was doing. What do you mean? It's like it's having bedside talk about bars or whatever the fuck he's doing about his fit. Should I match the red with the black today or?
I wanted to defend myself, but then I'll probably divulge into some information as to who I am. Move on.
Oh my guys.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Yeah.
Just around Hov, right?
I thought you said around hoes for a second, but yeah.
no, just around Hov. If Hov's business ventures did not directly positively impact black community or urban community, could you then label him as being someone that is doing gentrification?
Oh, no, restate the question. Or I should say rephrase. So let's say I'm Hov, right? Mm-hmm. I bought this establishment, but it's benefiting us. We're recording here, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say if I bought this establishment in your community, but it's not, you don't have access to it. It doesn't really benefit you. Could you then classify him as being someone that is really doing gentrification?
I don't see how it could be gentrification. It probably brought in more jobs, right?
Yeah, but what if those jobs are not accessible to you? What if they're jobs that, statistically speaking, in your community, there's a 10 percentile of people that graduated from college, but the jobs that are now in that location require a degree?
I would say Hov is a businessman.
So for you, you're saying regardless of anything, business is business. You're not really looking at it from a gentrification perspective. You're just looking at it good business or bad business.
Well,
yeah.
What the Barclays, people got to be behind the cash register. Mm-hmm. Probably hired mad janitors.
Yeah.
So there's jobs there, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's not what he's saying, though. That's not the question he posed to.
Well, no, but I mean, yeah, okay. But to kind of answer what you're saying, we also have to think of it like this: like the highest home ownership disparity rate is higher in the Northeast and the Midwest, and cities like New York, of course, are part of that, in addition to Boston. And part of the reason why is, like, for example, if a property like Barclays Center, or I always joke about if a Starbucks hits it, that shit is gentrified.
Yeah.
But it's actually accurate, because if certain businesses come in that bring a certain demo, it goes into discussions when it comes to rent control and not. If there's no rent control in your property and there are other establishments that are starting to bring in money, which means a property value with like your living conditions or your apartments and stuff around it, they can hike up the rent if you don't have rent control, which can force people out and then bring in people who are like college students and stuff like that. Like, if you start to see there's certain properties around, because in New York, some of the areas that were considered the not greatest area, part of the reason that like helped them build up their property value is because you're having like white college kids that were moving into those areas because it was a cheaper living. And not to say that's the only reason why, but that it's part of the reason.
One of the
but like, especially when it comes to this conversation about businesses and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to say for the Barclays Center that it would gentrify, because the Barclays Center is providing job opportunities for minorities, and also the players themselves are minorities and helps them get money. But with having that, the stadium does bring other businesses, and some of those businesses can lead to that gentrification because they bring in a certain demographic.
I think that makes sense. So Chris sent over the actual definition of gentrification: the process of renovating and improving a house or district so that it conforms to middle class taste. Is that really a bad thing?
Get your weight up, man. It's business, right? Like,
you get what I'm saying? Like, when I really think about it, I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing.
Can't help everybody, man. Can't. You want to, and you want to bring up your community, but look at just the example of Nipsey.
Yeah.
How many people told him, like, all right, you got your business there, dog? Cool. Don't hang out there, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the other thing too. Like, when see, this is a wormhole for me. But when I think about that, like, I think about I feel like artists or people. Let's just say artists. I'll keep it there. I feel like artists are put in a very, very difficult spot at times, being the hometown hero. And when you're the hometown hero, you're often looked at as you're supposed to do more than probably what you're able to do. Like, when you're a new signee or you're starting to buzz, people are already looking at you or holding you to a certain status when you're nowhere near there, but you're bubbling locally. So because of that, you wind up having to go do favors for people you really can't do favors for, or it hurts your brand. But because you're from the city, you got to do it. I don't think people understand that even though you're an artist, there's only but so much you can do for your hometown, until it becomes unsafe for you to be there.
And another thing too with that is we also have to keep in mind that when some of these disparities, whether it's income disparity, home ownership, property disparity, the problem also is that the gap is getting bigger within the middle class, right? Yeah. So if you yourself are poor and you get into middle class, because the gap is so vast within the middle class area, it's hard for people to get to that next step. The problem necessarily isn't like, let me correct. The biggest problem is that because there's that big disparity in the middle class, it's becoming harder for people to go up in economic standings and et cetera, which is something that we have to figure out. And Chris actually sent us some information on the reason also why people might have bought a lot of property around the Barclays Center is because the property around was easy to scoop up because of the financial crash that happened in 2008. Barclays was built in 2012. Yeah. So it still would take time for the property value to go back up. We actually see that with, the crash that happened with real estate and how those property values are just now starting to go back up a little more.
It's going to pop again.
It's going to pop again.
Which is going to be ridiculous.
It will. All right. So let's segue just a quick second.
Yeah.
I want to get into Kanye's Coachella church service.
You should have saw the grin that happened that Wilson just put on his face. He said Kanye.
So for those that don't know, a week ago, I don't know, a week ago or so, or whatever, when Coachella happened, Kanye, if you guys have been following on Instagram and just on social media in general, he's been doing Sunday church services. He decided to then bring this church service to Coachella. There was an uproar about it, obviously, between him charging $225 for shirts that just say church and a whole bunch of stuff on. There was a lot of controversy around it. But now there are talks that he is actually looking or interested in actually opening a church. So my question is, can we forgive Kanye for his previous antics? Or do we forgive him?
I never held it against him.
All right. Well, I'm really talking to Erin, and I'm not really
Not
talking
the
to you.
Kanye fan over there. The Kanye stan.
Yeah.
Are you part of his fan-made religion?
Wait, why is it a fan-made religion?
Because it was made by fans. Like, what are you talking about?
Hold on, time out. The man believes in God. Always has his whole career. We could backtrack it. Not gonna waste your time.
No, you are, because you're not answering my question. You're not talking to me about we're not talking about the same thing.
Well, I didn't like the way
There's
you
an
phrased
actual religion made by a fan.
What's it called?
Check the rundown. Or do you not look at
This
those
isn't the
either?
time to be petty, Erin.
No, I am to be petty because it's in the rundown.
What's it called?
Just look it up.
Let me see what it's called.
I'm gonna be petty because we do stuff for the show. You should read it. Just saying. And I sent it in the group text too.
Well, whatever.
So yes, I'm gonna be petty as heck. Okay, Chris and I put a lot of work into
There we
it.
go, Erin.
While
Let
you
him know,
are
Erin.
invincible over there with your red on black.
Well, look.
Look like you're jumping out of a rap music
I'm not going to
video.
go into my stance on religions, but one can argue that almost anybody can make up a religion. So if that shit's made by a fan, it's made by a fan. Now, if Kanye makes a religion, which he's not, I think he's what, Christian? I'm assuming.
I don't know what he is.
Well, the man believes in God. It was a beautiful, beautiful service. Afterwards, I felt uplifted.
This guy.
Uplifted. I heard that they're selling blades of grass from the show.
They are.
I want some. I want to wear it in a necklace.
Wow. I have to question our friendship.
It was beautiful.
It was at Ye Sanity.
Yeah.
That's terrible. 5 pillars of Ye Sanity.
Wait, what's that?
That's the fan-made religion.
Yay sanity?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Sounds more like a diagnosis.
Possesses human.
Do you have it?
Yes.
It says humankind possesses
Absolutely.
the power to create everything he wants and needs. Impossible. Impossible. I just want to put that out there. If
That's gotta be the dumbest shit.
if I locked you in a room and said create an orange,
Yo.
you would starve to death.
Fam.
You would literally starve to
Yeah,
death.
I don't know if you want to take this battle on. I'm just keeping it a buck with you, just because I care about you.
We have the power to create everything we want.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wants
That's
and
crazy.
needs.
That's crazy.
I want a solid gold toilet right now. The funds are not there.
And I'm all for manifestation. I'm all for that. I don't think that this is manifestation. I think this is him trying to.
Hold on.
This is
So
it.
hold on, time out. So you have a problem with the merch?
I didn't say I don't got no beef with you.
No, I'm asking.
Oh, I did, but
what's
the
your
same
problem with the
way,
merch?
same way I had a problem with the merch, but the same way I have a problem with some of these mega churches that get people to spend all this money, and it's like, where is this money being used for?
There you go.
So yeah, I have a problem. Someone tried to come at me in Twitter. They're like, "Oh, have you talked?" I said, quite frankly, yes. Would you like to see these tweets and conversations?
Yeah.
But that's my problem. I don't like if he wants to have that Sunday service, that's fine. But selling the $100 merch, that's where I had the problem.
Why?
For one, the
Because
shirts.
I'm
Hold on, time out.
business.
For one,
That's
hold on, time out.
business.
For one, the shirts were $75. Okay, that's under $100.
Oh, I'm sorry, $225 were some of the stuff.
225
For the sweats, I almost bought them. I almost pulled the fucking trigger. Now look. We don't know where the proceeds for those for that merch was going.
Def Jam tweeted it. So
They tweeted what?
they tweeted out the merch stuff.
No, I know, but I'm
So-
saying, but you don't know where the proceeds are
Anytime
going.
when they got to double back, I'm like, say what again? what they do?
It could, it could be like the
That was a
Yeezy sold at
jab.
the lemonade stand.
All right, I'm probably gonna be unbiased in here. Or
Probably should,
I'm
it's
not
gay.
so much biased, but I'm not all that mad at him selling the merch, and I'll tell you why. As an
'Cause it was dope.
as an artist, no. Let's say I'm not talking about quality of it. I'm just thinking of what encompasses doing performances and what artists are accustomed to, and or the strategy behind it. Okay, When you go to do shows, you're obviously there. You do your meet and greets. You do whatever it is that you do. Often there is a merch stand there. That's protocol. If you're an up and coming artist, you should have some sort of merch there. CD placements for Ye, it's clothing, it's socks, it's sneakers, all these
You
things.
just showed your age. CD placements.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying that's what used to happen. All I'm saying is in the time frame of him when he delivers products, they are branded a certain way. It could be the same way the releasing albums of every Friday. They all had a different theme to them that were all very retro colored, bright colors, neon colors, very spunky, very almost like 60s type of styles. Those iterations of how he releases music or these next big things that he's looking to explore often have a hint of that in it. That's all I'm really taking this as.
As what?
I'm taking it as him just playing off of the merch. It's Kanye church service. He's selling Kanye church clothes
Hold
just
on.
for the service.
Hold on. The man brung
I
the
still have a
Lord
problem.
to an extravaganza that was riddled with herpes. Okay?
That was false too. I looked at it.
Riddled with heathens.
11,000.
He brings
cases
church
is all
to them,
false.
and you guys have a problem with that. That's
First of
insane
all,
to me.
if you are a Christian or practice any other religion, you are supposed to love thy neighbor. So for you to call them heathen is going against Kanye right now.
Well, if you're spreading herpes, I'm sorry, and I'm not with you on that one.
He may be on that list.
I never
Outside
said
of those
Hey.
parameters.
heathens
Just
could be
saying.
reformed.
Hey,
11,000
They could
cases?
change.
hey.
11,000
Jesus
cases?
still loves them too.
That's a lot.
Still loves them too. Just saying.
So that's
But
my stance on it. I don't. The other thing is too. I don't know what the intent of the shit is. Like again, these are all rumors. Not outside of the selling of the clothes. That's confirmed. But I'm saying the church, him wanting to actually do church. Then I read something where he's prepping for a gospel album. Like we don't really know
Yeah.
what it is. But I can't really be mad at him. I can't really be mad at him for selling Kanye church merch.
But he's pushing the spirit.
I don't really like that stuff, and it's not even necessarily a Kanye thing. It is like everyone. I don't like when people utilize, and it's unfortunate. This is part of the infrastructure or part of the history when it comes to churches, where I don't like when people are utilizing religion to increase profit, but it doesn't go towards something that's good, or we don't know where it's going to.
Yeah.
Now, and that. I see you trying to say something, but that's not my thing with just Kanye. That's my thing with just a lot of people, like even some of these mega churches. You're asking for all these money from people who are going to it. Where the hell is this money going for some of the stuff? We've seen some people who've just taken the money and go. Not to say that Kanye does. I just personally, for me, I don't like the selling of using religion to sell products, because I'm a firm believer in one, that you don't necessarily need to have the church in order to have a relationship with Jesus Christ or God.
I believe that
I'm that kind of person. Yeah. So that's why I kind of don't like it.
All right, so here's my thing. Hold on, and not to sidetrack, because I know you have to defend your beloved Kanye. Let me ask you a question though, and I guess I'll just pose to the room. How do you guys feel about gospel music then? The Kurt Franklins of the world, the Mary Marys of the world, people that sell or make gospel music and benefit off of it from a financial aspect. Because that's the same thing.
Why can't they?
I'm not saying they can't. I'm not saying they can't.
Since when is church or anything else nonprofit?
Well, that's my thing. If we go to church, I'm with you. E. Growing up, I was in a Lutheran church. I feel differently about it now that I'm older. A lot of things that were said to me when I was younger that I held so close that now I'm just like, nope, y'all shady. Like y'all was judging me when I was younger, and now y'all sleeping with this person and all. Yeah. So from my concept of church is not what traditionally is taught to people of you go to church, you go into this little booth and all of your sins are forgiven, but right when you come out you got to make sure you give a hefty donation, or if you don't really love God the way you used to. I'm not really of that belief. I've never
It's all about your own perception.
Intentions for me.
Yeah.
It's all about your own perception.
It's intent too, though. Intent too. What is your intent?
Now, people that don't want to let Kanye into gospel music, like you three, are just like
anything.
Who said that?
Hold on.
Who said that?
Just like the people who don't want to let Lil Nas X.
Do you see how he just came up with some shit and none of us said any of it?
Shit up.
A complete
Hold
farce.
on. Are you guys not questioning his motives?
No,
His
I said
sincerity?
nothing for 3 minutes. I said nothing for 3 minutes.
Second of all,
I'm just putting you with them.
hold on. First of all, I'm on record saying, yo, I wouldn't
But that's
be
what you guys
mad.
are doing. You guys are questioning his sincerity, correct?
You can go check. I don't know what episode it was. I am well documented in saying I would not be mad at a Kanye church album. I said that. I would not be mad at that.
All right.
I'm not even mad at the thought of the merch. Like I said, I see the business aspect to it. I don't think, and that's just me. I don't know Kanye. I don't know if whatever he's into. I don't know. I really don't care. My thing is, I don't think knowing how Kanye feels and the relationship that he displays with, or that he puts on display with his higher power, I highly doubt that he's going and selling merch maliciously in that regard. And that's just me. I don't know.
How could it be malicious if the shirts say Holy Spirit, church service? They don't say Yeezy. He's not advertising himself. 90% of people, or probably 99% of people that were to see that shirt on the street are only going to see Holy Spirit and not know where the fuck it came from.
False.
I'm like, how so?
Here's an example. A lot of the products that we get from high-end brands,
Yeah.
they're made in China or they're made somewhere and they're only $10. The value of it comes from the brand name or the style. You look at that style, that falls in line with what he said, a Kanye style line. You don't have to put Kanye's name on it to not think like, oh, is that Kanye? And especially as someone as high up as he is with media publications and attention, most people who are on social media or look at the news or et cetera, they're going to know and see that.
100%.
That was spread all over social media that day.
But what I'm saying is you guys are basically questioning his motives as though it's just a money grab. Right?
Well, hold on.
Hold on, as though it's just a money grab.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But if I'm,
I said I don't like
clear, yeah,
that
hold
he did
on.
it.
No. But if I'm being clear, it is a money grab. Why are you selling merch if it's not a money grab? Why are you doing Coachella if you're
could've done
not
for
going
free.
to money? Yeah, that's my point. So
You could have done for free and really been about the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. Let's be clear.
Okay.
Or do it himself outside of Coachella and white people.
Well, hold on. So let's be clear. If it was a money grab, he could have lowered the price and just made more.
No, why would you do that?
You can't lower
Because
a
then he would
festival.
sell more.
You can't.
No, festivals, you have to put your merch at a certain pricing when you do festivals, obviously, because of the markup value that normally it happens at festivals. You go to festivals, normally a beer is $2. You go there, it's $10. You want to account for those
But they were being
expenses.
sold online.
It don't matter. It don't matter. I'm sure they were being sold on the ground as well as online. It don't matter where it's sold. But that's what I'm saying. You can't talk about a money grab. 100%. This is a money grab.
And a markup too is a money grab because a brand. You see Gucci that takes something that's like $20.
So you guys think Kanye's getting fat off the church service shirts?
Yeah.
Is he getting money?
Yeah.
He can
Hold
get money
on,
from
but
that.
he didn't. Kanye didn't start. He didn't say he wanted to start a religion. He said he.
No.
he
We
We're not
didn't
talking about the
say that.
religion.
We talking about the.
No, he wants to. He's
start a
thinking about
church.
starting a church. Yeah.
But the church doesn't necessarily mean he's starting his own religion. What if
Y'all
he-
missing. Hold on. Y'all missing.
no.
What me and Ian Sarah. Listen. What me and Ian are saying are very, very simple. Just we're talking about. He made a statement. He said, "Yo, y'all making it seem like this is just a money grab." What me and E are saying is, yes, this is a money grab, because if it was not a money grab, you would be doing Coachella for free. Your merch, your merch that is empowering the Holy Spirit would be for free.
Hold on.
You did that for a reason.
Hold on, time
Nobody
out.
mad at him for making money?
Who is saying that? No one's saying that. What I'm saying is you can't make that argument of, yo, this ain't a money grab. Yes, it is a money grab, because you just did Coachella not for free. You just did merch not for free.
But that's not a money grab. That's business.
So let me ask you this. He had about
Whatever, it's a money
money
grab.
grab
Hold on,
is
time out.
business.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
how
It
many
is,
people
at
were
the
there
end of the
performing
day.
with him?
I don't care if there was 2 people.
Hold on, relax. Probably hundreds, right?
Okay, let's go with it. 100 people.
How did they get paid?
By Coachella or by merch or by precincts. I don't know what their business dealing was.
You know,
upon
each person's
negotiating.
contract can be
each
different.
contract is different. I don't know.
Most likely, it came out of his purse.
How do you know that?
It could have came out partially
It could've-
Def Jam.
You've done shows.
I've done shows.
If
but,
you have features, whose
but
purse does it come
but
out?
But not everyone. But not
everyone's
everyone's
in the-
contracted by the
and
artist. Some
that's it.
people can be
And-
contracted by third-party companies, the
yeah.
label, the actual festival. So everyone's contract is going to be. It's not going to be the same.
Coachella's not handing out contracts to the choir.
Thank you.
They're not. Come on, let's be serious.
Hold on. What you
Come
mean?
on.
They're not handing. Coachella's not going to hand out a contract to Kanye's choir.
Y'all know that came out of his
First off, he
purse.
said
Come on.
people are working there.
Hold
He
on,
said that's
hold
who
on.
he was referring to.
Let me just be clear.
Wilson is
That
100% referring to the people that's with Kanye.
that's
The
great.
choir, the people dancing.
So what do
all
you
that.
hold on? So you think what that the people in the choir? How is that business dealing worked out? Because now I'm intrigued. Just to hear.
Well, what I'm saying is you're acting like it was a money grab.
It is a money grab.
Yeah, all those people had to get paid.
Do you better believe it?
He probably didn't make that much money off of that show.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. 100% he did. That's what the markup is for. And let me answer your question. Yes, I've toured. Yes, I've done shows. Yes, I've done shit like that. Right? The difference is we were independent. If you're smart, being an independent artist, again, that's why it's so important to own your shit, because at the end of the day, that's our take home. We go do a show, we don't have to split, we don't have to account for anything, we just got to worry about the door, the ticket sales, pre-sales,
Yeah, that's not a
meet
money
and greets,
grab.
and that's it. That's still a money grab.
That's
It's
not
still,
a money grab.
It's still
That's
a money
business.
grab. No, it's still a money
grab.
grab.
I'm gonna sell the cheapest thing for the most and try to get as much money as I
much
can.
money as
What
possible.
you're saying, what you're saying is I want to break even. I want to get something. What I'm saying is no. If I'm selling product specifically for a specific event, if it's marked up at a specific pricing, if you can only get it at 2 points of access, that is a money grab. If I'm doing something for that, like, you know what's not a money grab? Summer Jam. Niggas don't get paid for Summer Jam.
Money, markup, that's supply and demand.
But that's my point.
Business. 101.
You're
That's
saying the
not-
same thing I'm saying. What I'm simply
I
saying
think we're
is
getting confused on the semantics.
Yeah, because, if Kanye wanted money, he could have just went and did Coachella by himself and took all the money.
no. No, we can't. No, we can't.
Yeah.
No, we
that would
cannot.
have been a money grab.
Do you think? Okay, so now y'all changed.
Well,
the
I have to
concept.
say, no, this church service did a whole rejuvenating thing when it came to Kanye. I have to admit.
it did.
So it was the effect of the church service at Coachella would have been completely different than if he just performed himself.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Impacting branding wise, it's different.
It's different. It's not the run of the mill. It's not. It's not the. He was very specific about this.
So let's say it is promotion for a next album.
It definitely is.
That means
did he not debut a new
time out.
a record?
So let's say it is promotion for his next album. Next
Okay.
album's gonna be a gospel album.
Okay.
That means that he loves God less. That means that he wants to influence less people towards God because of that.
No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm simply saying is, yes, this was a money grab. I don't care what you say, and that's business. That's business. You're laughing, but that is business. I don't see why don't y'all,
guys are
y'all
saying
get that?
this- you guys are saying the
like
same
I don't
Semantics.
see. It's not semantics. It's business. I perform a service. I am due X amount of
So
dollars.
wait, then let's
That is
rephrase. Let's
business, but it's a money
rephrase
grab.
it. Was he doing this as a business move?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Hold on, so let's say it was a business move. That means that he doesn't want to influence people to maybe worship God a little bit
Because
more.
you guys
That I
mean-
don't, but
Wait.
but that's the difference. I can't speak to that. That's
But
why,
when you
that's why I
say
keep
things that
saying
like that,
intent.
that's what it implies.
No, I'm not
That's the
implying
problem.
anything. I'm not implying anything. What I'm saying is very specific, and I'll say it again. What I'm saying is very, very specific. He chose to sell merch at Coachella. He chose to send a rider or his business deal to Coachella for them to pay him for his service performed.
And you say those to question his motive.
Services rendered. No, I'm not questioning his motives. What I'm saying is that is clear. It's business and it's a money grab. That is clear. Yes or no?
Okay.
Yes or no? When you go to work, do you not go to work out?
Wait, so wait.
Okay,
So
it is business.
get
So
paid.
here,
So let me ask you. So let me ask you straightforward.
No, here's
So let me
the-
ask you straight up. Hold on. Let me ask you straight up. Do you question Kanye's sincerity?
I don't have enough information to question it or not question it. I'm just going off of.
Aaron, do you?
I'm going off of just business.
Do you question Kanye's sincerity as far as the church goes?
I don't know what he's trying to do. I
Yeah.
don't.
So what's your quarrel?
Well, the quarrel is I could see how I could
No,
see how.
I said my quarrel. I am someone who doesn't like when religion is utilized as the forefront of a business move.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I hate what he's doing. I'm not saying that I hate. I'm saying my personal opinion overall.
So you don't like
That's cool, but when you say utilize, that implies foul play.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It just means you're utilizing that's like utilizing your resources. That's when you misuse.
It's
there's a
called
difference there.
exploiting.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the word.
Yeah, that's
or
the
something.
word. That's
Not
the word.
utilizing.
Yeah, that is the word.
So you don't like Kurt Franklin and Mary?
I don't like. I mean, it doesn't mean that I don't like them. I just don't like when religion is.
I think what E is saying, she doesn't like when it's misused. Like she's okay. At least I may be putting words in your mouth. I think you're okay with gospel music because you know that it's seemingly coming from a pure place. When you have people like, it's kind of like with the Nipsey shit, where
if
people,
you have good intentions, I'm okay with it. But if you're someone, because I get it, churches have to raise money. I get it.
Yeah.
But the only thing with Kanye is like this just popped out of nowhere. So that's why I kind of feel a little way about it.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you're
not
implying
saying
he doesn't have good intentions.
I don't know what his intentions
But
are,
it
but
did
my
pop
thing
out
is
of
this is
nowhere.
like
He's
it
always
came out
been-
of
No, this pops
well,
out.
no,
This pops out of
this
nowhere.
kind of thing. Not to say that he's we know Kanye's been religious, but also part of him left when Donda died.
Yeah, Donda.
Or sorry, Donda. So
I kind of like Dondre a little better. His name's kind of fire.
mixing up. But when his mother died, a part of him left, and then that's when the whole I am godlike perception came about.
He had nobody
But-
to check him.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, but now instead of utilizing religion and God and claiming that he is the almighty power, now he is looking at it from the different perspective. Now, I don't know what his intentions are. I'm going to wait and see, but I didn't.
Well, we can read the definition of that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
Read
that Kanye is an instrument of God.
I know. Just read that though. Ian.
We're all God's children, by the way.
Yeah,
So,
read what that is.
definition of money grab: undignified or unprincipled acquisition of a large sum of money with little effort.
Little effort. Now, how? Just
Hold
humor.
on. Now,
just,
you cherry picked that.
So how would this apply to Kanye?
He
just
cherry-picked
humor
that.
me. Just humor me.
So you
Yes.
saying Chris is lying?
He is performing.
No, I'm talking about Brandon.
He's performing.
He took
No,
the last part of that
Chris,
definition.
Chris sent that. Number one. Number two, he's performing records that aren't even his. Some of those records that he performed, However Do You Want Me, all these other records, again, it's very little
He made
effort.
them hot again.
It's very little effort for him to put a band and a choir together to reenact or recreate that music. It's very little effort.
Yeah.
So my point is very is valid.
Hold on, time out. We've never put together a choir or a band.
Yeah.
It's
I
not-
wouldn't say it's very little effort.
I've done that.
No, we've done it. What do you think grassroots podcast is? The fuck are you talking about?
I'm not a part of a choir.
No, you're missing it. I forgot. I forgot how I got to talk to you. No. So what I'm saying is
Yeah,
that
explain it to me.
we're a group of people that formed like
Right.
Voltron. You know, when everyone comes together, it took very little effort because we all worked together to get here. Does that make sense?
So be straight up. Are you accusing Kanye of not being genuine in his
Didn't I just answer this question? I said I don't have enough information. I'm saying I could see how people like Erin and everyone else in the world.
Yeah, but you just
could
read
be
the
upset.
definition for money grab.
Because it is a money grab.
And you're saying that applies to Kanye.
It does apply to Kanye.
Wait,
So
but you
that
make-
whole entire definition implies foul play.
No, it does not. No, it does not. No, it does not. It's saying strictly it's a money grab.
Is
He
Brandon-
did it to get money.
Brandon, what did you go to public school?
I went to public school and private school. I have 2 degrees.
So did I.
Master's, executive MBA. What are we talking about? Are we talking education? Or are we talking what's facts?
Because you're confusing me.
How are you getting confused? What I'm saying is very
That
simple.
definition, Erin, what's that definition again?
It's in the group text.
Yeah.
Okay, he's on her high horse today.
I did my work.
All I
Y'all
know
need
is
to do yours.
Yeah.
all I know is I read acquisition. I was like, this shit.
Undignified or unprincipled.
Yeah, undignified.
So that implies foul play, no?
No, it does not. No, it does not.
Undignified. If you're not dignified,
all
if
I'm
you're
sim-
not a person of high morals and high principles,
How do we know?
are you?
How do we know that he is?
What are you?
Given his actions leading up to this with the Trump shit,
What
given
are
his
you?
actions and the statements that he's made about black people, given all of these things, I don't know where his moral compass lies. I don't know
Or
where his
his
moral
intentions.
compass. Yeah, what are you
So-
talking about? Can you make a case right now that he has a good moral compass, Mr. Badge of Honor? Can you make that argument?
Hold on. Black people aren't the only people.
Can you make that argument? Can you make that argument? Yes or no? Since y'all want to
Wait,
stick
what?
y'all chest
I
out,
can
you
make that argument.
Yeah.
Make what argument?
You don't even know the argument. You sitting over here.
I'm sorry, I got
You don't
Chris
even know
showing me
the
something.
argument. You don't even know the
What does
argument.
undignified mean? What does unprincipled
What I'm
mean?
It means
What-
appearing foolish
what I'm
and
saying-
seemingly lacking in dignity.
Okay, which is my point.
And I didn't read that. That was straight off my dome.
Yeah, you definitely read that
Which
one.
is my point. But let's say we go with that.
Which how can you say with one breath that he's not?
I think the biggest issue, people, is that he literally jumped from the crazy.
He was just
antics,
a politician. He was just a
the context,
politician.
and he's jumping right into.
What are we talking about?
Sunday service, hallelujah, all that stuff.
y'all are people trying to bully and take off his hat.
But it's understandable why people don't quite feel like this is good intentions or not.
Yeah.
It's okay for them to be skeptical. No one's saying, "Oh, we hate him for church service," or "We hate him."
I'm actually
Hold on.
You better shut it or put up your dick beaters because that is ridiculous.
What the fuck?
I'm thinking,
Aaron. Yeah, I think we need Kanye to bring his service here to save Aaron's soul.
Nah, I'm rolling with Erin. Fuck that.
fuck that. No, because I mean,
Exactly how you use that.
That is.
listen, it's at the end of the day, it's about perception and intentions. And right now, people are skeptical of him.
questionable. It's
Now,
questionable.
if he ends up really making this into something great, then kudos to him. We will be the first to admit
I'll
it.
support him. I like
Honestly,
Kanye.
we were some of the people who didn't jump on the
And kill
he's
him.
wilding out and killing
Yeah.
until he took it too far, and then we were like, okay. But because he took it too far, it's okay. We're not saying that he can't redeem himself, but we are still going to be skeptical, and we have to watch his moves.
I got one.
That's why I felt a certain way about how this whole situation has been handled.
Yo, Nas.
But it doesn't mean that if it ends up being good later on, has good intentions,
Yo,
then I'm going
Nas.
to be like, oh, this is shitty.
Yeah.
Yo, Nas, that man was nothing but net for over a decade. He puts on a hat. We're here.
It's intentions
it's
behind
crazy.
the hat. It's what the hat represents.
what are you
fucking
talking
kidding me
about?
right
Hold
now?
on. I'm glad that you said that.
Okay.
When he spoke to Trump, he said to Trump's face, I made my own version of this hat.
Shut up.
You can't.
It doesn't have the
You
word
can't.
again.
Shut
You
up.
can't.
Look at you.
At this
Shut up.
point,
Look at you.
no.
Let
At
me
this
speak.
point, no. At this
You
point,
are a
you
stupid
cannot.
me
idiot.
speak.
You are
You're
stupid.
not.
Why am I
You are-
stupid?
You're stupid. You're stupid. You're
You're
stupid.
not. At this point.
When's the last time somebody said that to you? You're stupid. No, for real. You're stupid. You're stupid.
Yo,
You're
Brandon,
stupid.
stop waving your dick beaters so
all right,
fucking much.
So if it don't matter, let me go make a fucking
You can't say that.
Let me go make
Oh,
a
it's
clan.
wrong
Let me go
logic.
make a clan hat and poke holes in a t-shirt, and I'm gonna say, oh no, this is different. Defend it. Defend it. Defend
Hold
it.
on. Time
Is
out.
it not the same thing?
Or if
think-
I
you
say
think
you're
that
wearing,
those two
or if
things
I
are the
say,
same thing?
I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna change the interpretation of red. It's gonna be blue.
Yeah. What do you like?
Hold on. So
You gonna
let
look
me-
at it and be like, this shit's blue?
Hold on, so let me get this straight. You think that the Make America Great Again hat is the same as a Klan hood?
Equivalent.
There's racist
Equivalent.
undertones
You think
represented
that those two
behind
things are
that
equivalent?
saying.
100%.
Yes, what
All
are
right.
you talking about?
Okay. So if that's our foundation, I'm not even going to stand on that.
All right, so shut the fuck
That's
up then. Let's
crazy.
continue coming. Like, this is clear what this is. That's what America thinks. You the only nigga that's in this Kanye bubble.
You guys,
Like,
you guys are dancing on shaky ground.
No, I'm
How
not.
are
That's
dancing
crazy.
on
No, I'm not.
shaky ground?
I don't dance. I choose
It's
to.
not
And-
the hat
Klan hat,
does
a Klan
not
hood, and
represent
then-
conservative ideologies. It doesn't.
you're not gonna
the
win that
campaign was that saying "Make America Great Again" is spurred. It has racist
connotations around
and
it.
undertones under
period.
it. Period.
Period. You can't even talk to me because you have
What?
ankle socks on.
Hold
and
on,
it's
hold
50
on,
degrees
hold
out.
on.
Don't talk.
Hold on. The Make America Great Again hat does have racist undertones.
Okay.
But what part of that hat makes it racist? What word?
You like that?
No,
right?
it's not about
Hold
the
on.
word. It's
It
not
is about the word.
No,
it's
it's
about the
not.
word again.
Word.
No.
That's the word that offends everybody.
No, what? No, the hat offends everybody. Just the same way a noose offends offends someone. Just the same way a fucking Ku Klux Klan hat
Hold on, time out.
offends
Time out,
someone.
time out.
Just the same way calling people gay people faggots, it offends people. What do you,
Okay.
these are clear cut things.
You're saying things that make sense. But Make America Great Again. Oh, yo, Make America Great Again. Hold on, don't get hot. Cool off. Make America Great Again. The word again is the offensive part because it's like, when was America great for black people?
No, it's
Hold
no.
on. That is
That's
it.
the icing on the cake, B.
No, listen, whether it was Make America Great, Make America Great Again, the problem is the whole campaign behind that phrase was he said racist shit. It was driven by
It's
racist
documented.
ideologies. So he could have been like, he could have said something else with that hat. That hat represents something foul. That's the thing.
Even if
It
that
does.
it took.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but
But we're talking
you
about
guys are just
hats.
wrong on this. It's the word again that makes it,
no,
that gives it the racist undertone. It is.
no.
Kanye said to his face, I made my own version and I took out the word again because the word again is what makes it offensive to black people.
No.
So was it still MAGA?
Kanye, if I'm keeping it about Kanye can't really speak for black people because he's not connected right now. People are not accepting of Kanye.
How can, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, how can you not accept Kanye's definition of Make America Great Again, but with the same breath, you can say, we took the N-word and turned it into something good?
The difference is, I just made the same correlation with the fucking Ku Klux Klan hat, and you couldn't breathe over there. Now you got wind.
Don't squint your eyes like that. Just talk to me.
And second of all, what I'm saying is very clear.
Answer now. Don't dance around it.
Yeah, what I'm saying is very clear. Number one,
heard you say nigga many times.
A whole group, I say it proudly, a whole group of community of people like black people, we've taken that word back and changed it into something different.
No, you
That's
can't.
empowering.
You can't say that.
Yes, I can. Yes, we can say
I have
that.
grandparents.
Then you have to give Kanye the same.
Still get offended by that
Okay,
word.
but that's fine. So if that's the case, if we want to go to the grandfather era, grand people back in the day, they didn't believe in interracial marriages. They didn't believe in homosexuality. They didn't believe in any of these things. Yet we accept it now. So
Black people still don't. What
are we saying? Y'all can't win this argument. People, we evolved. Just because older people don't doesn't mean we can't. We think differently about things. The same way with the Me Too movements, the same thing with the cancel cultures. There's a difference in the way we carry ourselves and how we care about the impacting of things in people in power that do to our community.
And wait. And also to answer your thing, if Kanye, if he had a different hat with a different color, it could be interpreted different. But the problem is, But the problem is,
Nas, I got you.
Okay, then go.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on, Nas. Let me have you back real quick.
I'm not gonna finish because I'm gonna wait for you to say.
Okay,
go ahead.
So if we could remix the word nigger, Kanye can't remix the "Make America Great Again" hat.
No.
I don't know about that, bro.
No.
Why?
I don't know, man.
Because he was already wearing the wrong hat from the beginning, and then because he was scrutinized about it, because Americans, including maybe his own household, got into him.
He can't remix it. He's not the right person.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I am saying. That's it.
Kanye's the perfect person.
No, he's not. You just had the wrong hat on a week ago. What are you talking about? No. The only reason that hat has even changed is because America made you. You kept going on these rants talking about, yo, y'all bullying me. Yo, y'all doing this.
And they were. They were.
And they were. I'm not saying they weren't, but it was for a reason. It's, we're seeing our black brother confused, bewildered.
No, if bullying is wrong, bullying is wrong on both sides.
Come on, you changing what we talking. This nigga talking about.
But also we live in a society that can't tell the difference between constructive criticism and hate.
Yeah.
The same people that would say, check out my song. If you tell them that's not a good song, they're like, now you're hating. You're a hater.
You can't tell me how I feel.
But there has to be there has to be a line. Having constructive, it doesn't matter. When it comes to art or when it comes to certain things, you can give constructive criticism. It doesn't mean that you don't agree with their feelings, but you can give someone constructive criticism because you care about them. It's not the same thing as hating.
Yeah, but
not everyone's going to be hating though, or bullying, because some people don't. We live in a society where people don't want to hear the truth and they don't want to hear things that they don't agree with or don't want to. That's the problem with our society.
Every message that people have tried to deliver to Kanye during that time everyone has said, yo, I love you. This is coming from a place of love. I don't know what's happening over there, but you are dead wrong. Can we not agree on that? Every person that has reached out, whether it be
we're not talking about random.
I'm not talking about random. I'm talking about people that are directly associated or have a relationship with him. They have directly said, hey, yo, Kanye, I love you, my brother, X, Y, and Z, but yo, that's some stupid shit.
Or talk to him privately and then he airs it.
Or then he tweets it out.
Yes, those people said that.
Okay.
But I do not agree with them.
So it's okay to bully when
Why not?
When it benefits
that's not bullying, though.
How was that bullying?
I'm saying if Kanye said he feels like he's being bullied, you can't negate his feelings.
I'm not negating his feelings. I'm just saying I don't think he should feel like that, considering he is the one that did it to himself. He was misguided.
He made a choice and he voiced his opinion, and then society killed him for it.
And that's what happens.
That's bullying.
That's not bullying. It's not bullying. It's saying, yo, it's time for us as a society to start checking people when they start doing stupid shit.
So it's okay to bully people when it suits the masses.
No, you're missing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you're confusing bullying with people trying to guide him. I'm not talking about the one-off people that say he's stupid and call him crazy and or they are dismissive to whatever he's going through. What I'm saying there are people out there that have genuinely extended a branch to him to try to help him. That is what I'm saying.
No, you don't.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Brandon, if you did something wrong and I went to the public and said, yo, I love you, and come call me so we could talk about this and I can correct you instead of talking to you personally.
But Kanye did that to himself because he started airing private conversations.
There
were people having private combos with him and he aired it. He didn't have to air that.
Who did he air out last?
J. Cole. J. Cole was one. He aired out. There's another one out. there are people that had that private conversation, but when you
Yeah,
yourself air it out, you're going to get scrutiny for doing stuff like that.
Still doesn't justify bullying.
No one's saying that bullying is good. And when this is social media, all the people who don't matter, they're going to be stupid people.
None of that
but the
shit
people
matters.
that matter to him and were close to him for the
They
most
reached
part,
out.
they reached out and handled it in a non-bullying mean way. He took it. He made those private
made it
conversations
into
public.
something.
And when you if I reach out to you and I try to talk to you about something privately and then you air it publicly, but put it in a way where it may go against me or put it in a weird way, I'm going to have to go public and defend myself.
Yeah, 100%.
Whether you're my friend or not, I'm like, I'm not going to allow you to air shit out.
All Kanye did though
We're
was
supposed
send
to
a
be private.
screenshot. All he did was share the screenshot.
It doesn't matter,
Okay,
but
and then
that's
what did
still.
Cole, what did Cole say
there
after
are
that? Cole said,
conversations-
"Yo, that's corny. I wish he wouldn't have done that."
He didn't change it, though.
I reached out to him in private because he was my brother. He had no business doing
airing
that.
private conversations, especially when it's
That's
important
just
private.
corny.
That's corny.
You're not gonna get an argument out of me of airing private conversations publicly.
Yeah, that shit is for the birds, man. That's corny. That's sucker shit.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if Kanye says the word bullying, going in context of what's going on in 2019, you're supposed to take his feelings. And listen, man. I'm sorry you feel that way.
I agree with you. We're not.
Yeah.
What me and E is saying, we're not condoning bullying. We're not saying that.
We're saying that there probably were people who considered
Not probably. There
there
were
were.
people.
Sorry, there were people that considered his feelings to try to have that conversation, and he
turns it into a public spectacle.
Because this is the problem. This is another problem too. He himself did not want to listen to others.
Yeah.
And when people don't want to listen to others, even if it's the truth, whether it's the truth or not, if you talk to someone because you have a concern, you have the power to take it in and determine what you think is what they're correct with or not. That is on you.
Yeah.
Because if people, like, for example, if I was going through some shit and you guys told me something that I did not want to hear, and if it was all three of you, if I was a little bit egotistical, narcissistic, or just didn't want to listen, I would say that, all three of you saying the same thing, have an intervention, is bullying me.
Yeah.
Even though the intentions are not negative and it's not bullying, it's my perception of it. But I can also, in the same token, if I listen, I'm be like, you know what? They're saying this because they actually care. And you know what? Maybe they're right. So bullying, him saying bullying, may not even mean that they're bullying him. It may mean that there's multiple people talking to him.
He may feel attacked.
And he feels attacked because he doesn't want to listen.
Yeah.
That's what we do when we don't want to listen.
Hold on. So to say that Kanye was not listening to other people, that's false. Because he actually did a song with T.I. where T.I. aired out his grievances towards
Don't
him.
talk to me about
and Kanye also, hold on, time out. He actually did a song where he let someone air out his grievances towards him.
Yeah, but you know what?
Hold on.
I got an argument about that too.
Uninterrupted.
Wait,
That song was.
no, but didn't he just interrupt me before?
Yeah, go ahead,
So,
let-
No, I was
okay.
talking about Kanye letting T.I. air out his grievances uninterrupted. I'm just saying we should probably get in that spirit. So.
Says the man who interrupts all.
I know. My bad. I interrupted you. I apologize. So. Fuck, now I forgot where I was going.
Yes.
Okay, so with Kanye, less people air out his grievances. Then we were talking about bullying. The reason why it's fucked up is because you can't tell him that he can't admire Trump for something. He specifically said that he admires Trump because Trump was not a politician, was not supposed to win. Anyone, he said that's why he admires Trump. He didn't say I agree with his political.
That's not what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
Not what he said.
We could pull up the tweet, man. Don't do this. Don't do this. That's what he said.
But also, he's the same man who says he doesn't want to get political, but was getting political.
Thank you.
He did. How did he get political?
And on top
How
of that,
did he get political?
And on top
What do you
of
mean?
that,
How do you get political?
What did he say that was
He
political?
was talking to 2020 election room. What are you talking about?
No, but what did he say that was political?
I just said he was talking about doing a 2020 election run.
I'm running in 2020. I'm political.
Said.
I don't know.
Okay, so but here's
Like, that's not political.
Here's the thing too. The thing with Trump though is that so he believes that stuff, right? Whatever. But the problem is a lot of people are trying to connect what Trump is, what Trump has done, and saying that this is that he's part of the conservative ideologies.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that.
I'm fine with even my black friends who are conservative. I don't have a problem with him. But just because of the racial campaigning that Trump did, it goes against certain values and morals. And if you. idolize someone, like if you said that you idolize him, right? I would still have a conversation and be like, okay, I get it. But do you understand the backlash that can come? Or do you understand the racial undertones of the campaign?
Yeah.
Now, he could have friends that do that, but it does not, like, why is that a bad thing? It's okay to, like, disagree. Or if you're concerned for your friend because they like someone who, if they make it public, it could cause a backlash.
Yeah.
It's fine for your friends. It's fine for your friends to have conversations and to be concerned and give you constructive criticism while still upholding your feelings and your thoughts. Now, it's a matter of you and the power on you to determine if you actually want to listen or you don't.
Yeah.
Well, Kanye never declared a political party.
He never did.
He never did.
But he got with Candace Owens, who's a major political commentator within that extreme ideology side. He met with Trump. He said he didn't want to get political, but he did.
He got
No. He actually stepped out,
like,
and he said, "I'll let
another hour or
Candace
two,
speak
man.
because I don't know that much about this."
We're talking in circles.
I guess, yeah, we are talking in circles. But I mean, I think this is healthy debates, right?
Yeah,
I think it's
true.
good discussion. I'm sure that these conversations are happening every day, and maybe this could spark something that could help change certain things. I think it's good. I mean, I guess to the fans, listeners, and viewership, let us know your thoughts on this. Are you guys for this church service? Do you believe it? What do you think the intentions are, if there are any intentions? Let us know what you think. Check us out, Grassroots Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Be sure to hit the notification button on the upper right-hand corner to be notified, and let us know your thoughts. Comment in the comment section. We comment back literally all hours of the night. Let us know your thoughts. I'm Brandon Killabh Hall.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon.
I'm Regular Nas. I want all the smoke, man. Come see me on Twitter, man. Instagram. I want it.
I'm Wilson.
No pause.
And that's it.
Yeah, y'all seeing Brandon try to wind down after getting all wound up.
Don't say you wound me up.
He was wound up.
Don't wound me up. Don't wound me up. Pause.
Brandon was riled up.
No,
Yo, that
hey,
was
all right.
perfect.
No, it wasn't. All right, we're out. Bye.
Grassroots.